Welcome back, cyber traders, on this lovely Thursday. We got a nice little runner. Look at this bad boy right here. Age. And that's not has to do anything about our age. It has to do about the stock age. Nice little, looks like a nice pharmaceutical stock doing great. What a gorgeous moving stock. Not expensive. Stock is under $5. It started this morning around 8 o'clock. We found it earlier at $1.50. You know what? If you bought, I don't know, I wouldn't even say 10,000 shares. Let's just say 1,000 shares. That is 150. That's a $1,500. You can't even buy an option, a decent option for that price, and you make $500 in pre-market. That is why we day trade for today. So anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about that. Nice little mover. It's on the big watch list. But before we do that, everybody, I want to go through a couple of things. What we're moving that we traded yesterday, like we always do every morning. We're going to talk about the news. We're going to talk about what we heard last night with the debates. See how they affected the stock market. And you can see, I'm telling you, like I tell you every time, it's only going to get more volatile. Okay, that's all it's going to happen. All right, so let me go out there and change the screen and post everything up. Good morning to all, everyone. Good. All right, so anyway, what happened yesterday? So anyway, the news is we all probably watched the debates yesterday. I don't think it really made a effect in the stock market. There were a couple of things they did. We're talking about the economy, about raising taxes, the tax cuts, everything else. I could just tell you this as a corporate America as goes. If they do get rid of the tax cuts and they do raise the corporate tax, that will affect the bottom line for a lot of these corporations, and that will hurt the bottom line of these companies. So as a trader, if that happens, that would be great news for us to short. I mean, I'm gonna sell all my IRAs. I'm gonna short everything. I mean, because once again, if you go from 20%, 21% to 28%, that's a 7%. That's like a 30% hit to their bottom line. So what do you think is going to happen? That's maybe be a 30% haircut in a lot of these stocks. So that would be a great news for us as traders to short the market if that actually, comes to fruition like they're preaching. So, but if not, I think it's going to probably be just flat. I think we're going to be flat here. But you got to keep an eye on what is, because what they say could change everything regarding about how we trade the stock market. Okay. It's just going to get great volatility, long and short. Remember, I always say this. Don't get political. We're the same party and we're the trading party, which let me remind you guys, next week, I will be on Wealth 365 going up. And hopefully everybody's getting registered for it. We sent the link at it. Please click on our link because, it helps CTU also if you could do that. But because we help promote it, and what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of these politicians. You're going to see a lot of these, analysts are going to be on there. And I'm looking forward to go toe to toe with them, because whatever they say, I'm not going to hold it against them. I'm like, oh, great. So that will affect this stock. Oh, great. You said that. Oh, so that will affect that stock. We saw what's happened with all the solar stocks, right? The solar stocks are killing it. Look at JKS. I mean, are you kidding me? Yesterday, this thing was on fire. It just did not want to stop. I mean, I was talking to Josh yesterday about this. I mean, this stock, I have not seen this stock. It just go up like it rarely did any shakes. It just went from 48 to 57. Are you kidding me? Okay. So listen, that stock was $20. Okay. Look, we're at 55. Canadian Solar, all of them, they're all doing great. So solar stocks, they're still looking pretty damn good. Now, and that's also going to even help if we have a Biden-Harris ticket. But if we have a Trump Trump-Pence win, then you're going to see there's going to be one of the greatest shorts to go out there with these stocks. So keep that in mind. All right. Now, let's talk about what happened yesterday, because there were a couple of good stocks that did move yesterday. I want to go through that. All right, so we had Plug, which this thing just won't let up. It just won't let up. Look at that daily chart there. At 8 o'clock this morning, went from 1650 to 1950. Another great swing trade. Plug is doing unbelievable, battery stocks, and then, you know what? I was shocked that F-Cell didn't do as well, but I guess everyone is now starting to realize it. I'm almost positive F-Cell is in the same business as Plug. But you could see it. FCell is on the watch list this morning. Beautiful move. It was great yesterday. Became from yesterday, now became a little bit of a short-term swing trade. Maybe it could be an investment, but that stock also did pretty well. OPTT. So this thing was all over the place. Great run up. You could see it here for the last couple of days. It was at $1 into 350, and then it kind of maxed out and it kind of backed off. But and it kind of died in the afternoon. SRNE, another good stock that had a great move yesterday. I actually did pretty well on the stock right here. 1080 up to 1180. Nice little move. Still looks a little strong. I would keep a close eye on that one. And then, I don't know where this came from, but GoPro, GoPro kicked ass yesterday. GoPro, listen, the problem with GoPro is they make that thing too good. Like everyone heard of Fitbit. Fitbit was a great product, but it's a fad, And honestly, I really think Peloton is going to be a fad unless they could constantly make something new that, like Apple, the iPhone 1, iPhone 2, iPhone 3, iPhone 10, iPhone 100. When they can keep getting you buying new stuff, and if they could lock you in a subscription, which is important, that's how they make money. Listen, Microsoft had the same issue. Microsoft went nowhere for 15 years. Finally, you don't have to buy their Outlook. You don't have to buy their Excel. You just pay a subscription, $5. Instead of selling it for $200, they're rather sell for $5. Worked out great. Who kicked ass also doing that? Who actually started it? I think they stole the idea. Was Adobe. Adobe was so expensive. Now you don't have to pay for Adobe. Now you just pay the subscription. So subscription business, when they go subscription, is good. So Peloton, I know they're doing a subscription, but I don't know how long that's going to pretty much last. But anyway, GoPro, getting back to GoPro, listen, it came out with the Hero 8, and it's actually a pretty nice little product. It's a nice product. It really did a nice job with that thing. So the stock is doing pretty good yesterday. Stock went from 5 to 680. You could see here on the long term, right here on the chart right there, went from 4 to about 640. So a lot of opportunities there. Now let's talk about what's moving this morning, because there are a couple of things. GoPro has too much competition. Bonnie's saying, well, once again, they all have competition, but they're in a different league. It's like, who has got big competition? The biggest? Red Bull. Red Bull has huge competition, right? Which I don't understand about Red Bull. I can't believe the company's not public, because look at Monster. The Monster drink was public, and the stock did phenomenal, right? Could you imagine? So, listen, competition's good, because it keeps them on their toes. But anyway, think I really care? We're here to make money, right? That's what it's all about. Now, let's talk about what is moving this morning, because there are a couple other stocks that are moving on, put on the watch list. CPSS, okay? So that one right there made the watch list right here this morning. I don't know what happened. She kind of flattened out. She had a nice move. She's up by 56%. It's got some good orders out there on level 3. You could see it right there, but she's not really going anywhere. Now, remember, just because they're not going anywhere in pre-market, we see sometimes these things pop from nowhere, right out of the gate. So that's why I like to throw them on the watch list. FCell, you already know about. That already made the watch list. She had a good push around 8 o'clock this morning. She ran from 246 to 258. She's kind of holding here, but I don't know what's going on at FCell. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Age. Okay, so Age is really kind of holding here, teeter-tottering, right around that $2-ish price level. You could see there's a lot of orders on this stock right here. And not only that, but there's a lot of algorithms going on, a lot of program trading going on. So you could see it. There's just a ton of orders, 8,000, 12,000, 13,000, 32,000 at $1.80, resistance levels. So be very careful. If you're an advanced trader here at Cyber Trading University, just keep in mind, you could still trade these stocks. You don't got to remember, we only trade on points. So regardless, you're trading 1,000 shares, 100 shares, or 10,000, you know what? It's all about points. That's what we try to teach you here. And that, you can still trade this if you're an advanced trader. You just got to trade more shares of it. DTW, also another stock that made the list. Oh, we know DTW because we traded the stock several times. We traded it back in July. We traded back in August. Stock went from $2 to $6.50. We know she can move. Go back to your journal, cyber traders, what we taught you in class, review it, make sure you know, because remember, part of you being a very good trader, we always tell you this, you're going to play the stock again. It's just going to happen. And if the stock was volatile, you want to put it in the notes. Don't kind of think that your memory is going to remind you what happened. Hell, I can't remember yesterday, but I can remember 50 years ago, 20, 10, 20 years ago. So don't try to think, we do it to make you work harder. No, we don't do that. We make it so you're going to be trading it again, and you want to be prepared when it comes to move again, what to do. Hey, it happened with Kodak, right? It's going to happen with probably SPI. It happens with all these vaccine stocks. It just doesn't stop. All right, another stock, KRCRAV, CARV. So that stock moved pretty nicely to a pre-market around 750. She had a big pop from 680 to 840. She's kind of flat line right here. You remember the stock too. We traded the stock in June. Stock literally right there went from like $7 to $22. And not even it did it for one day. It did it on the second day. It did it on the third day. It did it on the 8th day. Look at those candlesticks on that thing. So we know the stock can move. So we want to keep it on the watch list. One issue here, you got to be careful. Do not, and I repeat, do not be fooled that, it's only $7. It can't be that hard to trade. Yeah, you know what? Look at the spread. Look at the tier sizes. Right away, I can see this stock being a category 3 or higher. So just be very careful. Just because you think you can afford to buy it doesn't mean you could trade it. One of the biggest reasons and the biggest lessons that we teach you here at CyberTrade University, students, you know this, and we pound it to you over and over and over again. There are 3 T's that we trade: tradable, trend, and trap. The first T, if that stock is not tradable, you are going to blow up your account. That is the first thing we teach you in our lesson. That was the first thing I was trained before I ever bought a stock when I was being a market maker. Just because you see all these stocks doesn't mean you could trade them. Remember, you want to risk the least amount of money with the high amount of reward. So keep that in mind. All right. Last stock I have on here, which we all very familiar with. And like I said, you can go back to your journals and check them out. U1 looks like it's moving again this morning, up by 7%. U1, do I have to say anything more? Look at that. When was the last time you saw a stock go from $1 to $50? U1, we did great with that one. And then not only that, it had the warrants. Remember the W's, the Y's. Because we know we trade in the past, keep an eye on it, put it on your watch list. Okay. We love short squeezes. We love short squeezes. All right. So there's your list, cyber traders. Anything I'm missing? Anyone else have any stocks out there that we didn't call out? Anything else? We got GoPro. We got that. Neo. Okay. Neo looks pretty good. Neo's been on a really, really big tear. Neo, I always like to say it's copycat Tesla. Only difference is Tesla's in the 400s is only $20. But listen, I'm not gonna hold it against them, but if it's okay, if it's moving, it's moving. And we've done really well with Neo. Just remember though, the stock is not easy to trade. This is not no level 1 stock, category 1. All right. New pre-market highs. What's going on with Carnival? Carnival. What's going on with the cruise stocks? They're making a big move when they finally came out where they gave some money. So it looks like if that's happening, looks like all the cruise stocks. It's funny you bring that up, Josh, because we were talking about early in the pre-market, we were talking about airlines too. So airlines also. So it looks like they're probably doing. Carnival showed management will be able to generate a significant liquidity to satisfy our obligation for at least next 12 months. All right, well, listen, that's an industry mover. So it's not just Carnival. You got to look at everything else, but let the smoke clear because news just came out. All right, everybody. So before we go, don't forget, today's a very big day. Today is Thursday. And what we know about Thursday is we have open house at 12 o'clock. So we hope to look forward to seeing everybody there. So if you just click on the bottom link and just get registered, we'll see you there. Remember, we only trade the first hour and the last hour. Come and join us. If you're a CTU student, come and support CTU. Go out there, listen to what the traders are asking. You always learn something new, and it's always a fun event. And then don't forget, next week is the multi-speaker event on the Wealth 365s. So anyway, that pretty much does it. We'll see you back here at 2:30. for the afternoon meeting. And if you're a trader, you see something, you say something. And if you are a trial member that's in the room, I hope you're having a good time. Hope you enjoyed talking to your advisors. Hopefully they taught you a little bit what's going on. Hopefully you saw a lot of people make money. And hopefully you're now going to make a choice that you say, you know what? I'm going to do it the right way, or I'm going to go back to my day job. Okay. So there's a great job. Go out there and try it out before you go, blow up your account, because it really sucks to do that. You really don't want to get yourself in trouble like that. All right, guys, good luck. Happy trading. Be safe. We'll see you in a little bit.